Hi everyone, I am Belinda Smith from Renovate and Real Estate, and I'm joining you now with another session on successful student stories. So these are my beautiful humans that come and work with us inside Renovation Mastery to increase their renovation skills. Some take it to a whole new level and they end up quitting their jobs and renovating for a living. Others just come to learn to renovate their own home and improve the way they live in and around their own homes. So it's okay. We can cater for everything inside our group, and it's up to you as to how far you wish to take it. This week is Felicity Walker and Steve Cook, as I just mentioned, and they did a fabulous project. They are in Victoria, and let's get to know them a little bit more. So Felicity Walker and Steve from propertyreimagined.com.au. So Felicity and Steve met at a property event. So they met each other at a property event, and even though they're not a couple, they decided to go out together and do joint ventures. There is power in people teaming up who have complementary skills. When they come together, they are just a force to be reckoned with, and they can really help people in the community outside of themselves, and also they can also help themselves. Yeah, so when people come together and they join in a partnership, obviously, you know, we're all better at some things than others. And if you find someone with complementary skills, it's an absolute winner. It makes renovating really fun. It means that you're increasing your network and all of the people that you can connect with. And this is a summary of the project that they did together a couple of years ago. They did this project in outer east Melbourne in Lilydale. The actual address I'll show you on the last slide, and I'll also show you the numbers. Here's the project overview. They wanted to source a really suitable property. They wanted to renovate a house, preferably a cosmetic renovation only. They didn't want to have to put plans in to do great big structural changes. They were looking for a home where they could split off the backyard. They needed to get council plans and permits for a 3-bed and 2-bath, a unit on the new block. So they were getting DA plans approved for the section at the back that they'd split off, and they wanted to sell both. They actually didn't want to do the building, the development of the thing at the back on the subdivided lot. They wanted to do a cosmetic renovation at the front, get the plans done for the back block, and let somebody else take over the build. So here's what we're talking about. This is the property they ended up owning. This is the property they purchased. So here is your standard brick home, but here's what excited them both was the access, the legal access to the section at the back, and the fact that they had this amount of land at the back to actually develop. So they subdivided off this lot. Here's the before and what they did with the cosmetic renovation at the front of the house. I love it when people do sensible things. So figuring out what to do with a sloping block and improving that, doing nice clean driveway down the side. This is obviously to reach the subdividable lot at the back. Painting fences that look old and tired, painting old tired bricks, and or the roof, either, but you've got to pay attention to at least one of them, I suggest. Pulling apart a carport and changing that so that they meet council compliance. Nice new driveway section here, and just tidy up the gardens and add some really cool garden edging. You can see from the picture beforehand what that looks like from up above. So here's the subdividable lot and the driveway down the side access. And here's what they did at the front here, just open up this carport there and just clean up all this space here. So it became a really sellable house at the front. People don't always require a big backyard. So if you're wondering whether something like this sells, yes, it does, and yes, it will. And the positives of this particular property and the reason why it excited Felicity and Steve so much. Number one, it's walking distance to the centre of Lilydale. Number two, it's nice and close to the shops. Number three, the land size is 860 square metres, and it had enough street frontage for them to be able to split off the back section. The existing house was in a good, solid condition, not pretty, but good and solid. There were tenants happy to stay in the house until they sorted out what they were doing with all of their approvals. And the driveway was wide enough to avoid common property only just. And I know that Felicity, and if you contact her directly, she can share more details on that. It wasn't smooth sailing at first doing the subdivision, but where there's a will, there's a way. And when your solution's focused, you'll always find a way. And that Felicity did just through being tenacious. So if you look at the plan here before and after, you can see that they made quite significant changes if you compare one to the other. Oh, there's the full address for Hillside Court, Lilydale. So this carport is the one that you see. That was the existing carport. So they removed and tidied up some of that. They actually opened up the roof of that carport. They changed the bedroom there, and the wardrobe is pretty well same in the entry. So that kind of section is unchanged. The bathroom here is unchanged, as is this bedroom. But if you get to the back section of the house, this is where they made changes, not so much structural changes, but internal changes. So this bedroom here, this bed here was the Rumpus family room, and the bed 4 was here. That's now a living room. Then there's a bed 1 and a kitchen here. So they made significant changes to the plan just to have it function differently and better. So the kitchen before was just like this, and the kitchen after is like that. So when I say like this, like that, take note, guys. Light, bright, breezy, improved tiles, new splashback, a really nice vinyl plank floor. All of that makes a significant difference, makes a place feel better to be in, sells better, rents better, whatever you'd like to say. While some people are opposed to painting things white, it's a color, or white or off-whites, it's a color that actually works really well. Even now, when I see in homewares magazines more colors coming in, it's a very safe color to do renovations because it sells well. So while it's still selling well, continue to do the same. You can see the changes that they made there to their dining room there and their kitchen and the living room. I mean, this is a really nice renovation, just changing things like that, really dated doors. And, you know, you can see the significant difference between the old and the new. And yes, they did some changes to the plans. Again, this dining space, signifying where the dining space actually is with really nice styling, makes a big difference when you're selling a home. Just the flow of this home is way, way better than it was before, having the kitchen open into the living room and the dining room. Just like that, just opening up walls where you can. Everybody loves the same kind of thing. You know, we're all individuals, but when it comes to doing a house that appeals to the masses, people tend to like the same kind of things. So they do like kitchens and dining rooms and living rooms all open to each other, that open plan living feel. And also, if you can, incorporating some kind of outdoor entertaining space, that's even better. You can see the significant difference just from a cosmetic aspect of this living room. That's dark, the dark bricks and the dark wood, you know, gives you a really closed in feel. And even though this room is significantly smaller, you'll see the changes that they did in the plans, that it is still a really nice living room space, and it just feels a whole lot better. Again, with the rumpus room, this was a bedroom and they created a rumpus room from the bedroom. You can see there from the window and the outdoor access what a nice little space this is to live in. Simple styling yet again, but it just makes sense, and everybody can identify what the room use is with really good styling. Or bright pink carpet and all of those dated things gone, any of the dark woods gone. What a significant change. Look, Steve does a lot of the work. He's amazing, the hands-on work. He's very, very, very clever on the tools. Felicity does a lot of the background, the hustling, the organizing, all of the admin stuff. And so that's why they complement each other so well when they're doing projects. Felicity does all the selections inside, along with Steve. I know he has his input when it comes to colors and curtains and carpet and what's going down. But, you know, that just shows you how two people can come together who aren't a couple. They're from different relationships. And so they come together for the purpose of doing joint ventures, and they've been doing remarkably well. Providing really good ample storage matters a lot. People look for it. Again, light and bright and breezy. Create opulence where you can with some shears. Again, this bedroom was quite dark. This one here is much, much lighter. Again, good use of just, you know, colors, very, very easy and appealing. This is open for inspection. So you notice that the real estate agents let lots of light in. Put your lights on and open up your blinds for your open for inspections. It makes a big difference. If you've got some privacy issues from next door, that's when you can pull your blinds down just a little bit, just to kind of hide what's going on next door. This is bedroom 3. Again, really nicely updated with everything that a parent would want if they were looking for a child's room, single bed, desk. This kind of signifies that there's enough room in the bedroom and that it functions really well. And bedroom 4, same thing. From dark, you look at that picture there and it just feels dark. When you start to add really beautiful light reflective colors, you get a lighter, brighter home. And neutrals, and as always, outside of neutrals are our touches of soft greens and soft blues, which I still determine to be neutrals because they're pretty popular still. The bathroom changes here, fairly significant. You'll see the before pictures and the after. So we're looking at new floor, new tiles, new everything in this bathroom. But again, pretty simple. These tiles aren't expensive. If you're going to go for a really plain tile like those 300 by 600, then I strongly suggest doing exactly what Felicity and Steve did here, and that's add a vanity of something that's going to draw your eye and add some warmth in a space. Really well done, that bathroom. And the laundry and the ensuite, same thing, just light and bright, market acceptable. Everybody would walk into this space and say, that is a nice laundry to use, and that is a really nice bathroom to use. And anytime you've got grey and white, touches of wood, natural wood will really warm the space. My message is always congruent, and you'll see really clearly from, if you go back to the first student examples I showed a few weeks ago, you'll see a real continuation of the types of style of renovation that my students do because it works and they're good at it. Here are the numbers. The purchase price of this property is $617,000. Associated costs of the purchase, stamp duty and all that kind of stuff, $38,000. So the total purchase cost totaled $655,000. The renovation spend was $74,000. The cost of getting the strata and the subdivision through was $65,000, which is pretty typical state by state. Other costs were $110,000. Plans, associated costs, drainage, all that kind of stuff, setting the property up to split. So the total project costs $250,000. The sales price, $983,000, $983,000. They made a profit of $78,000 across this project. So great job, guys. Seriously, great job. All right. So if any of you would like to work with Felicity and Stephen Cook, both of them together, go and have a look at what they have on their website at propertyreimagined.com.au, propertyreimagined.com.au. All of Felicity's details are there. You are really welcome to reach out personally if you're in the area and you'd like to see some of her stuff or speak to her about doing projects, doing joint ventures, perhaps her working as a renovation consultant on your particular project. You are so welcome to contact with Felicity direct. And for other really great renovators in different areas, go and have a look at the people that I've profiled in the last 5 weeks of this student series. Thanks, guys. And I hope you enjoyed that session of our student success stories. Bye.